The real root cause of your AS or Crohn's is in your microbiome, and it's likely this one particular bacteria. This paper here looks at how a gut microbe called Klebsiella pneumonia, the one I talk about a lot, might be the driving force behind both conditions. And here's how it works. So Klebsiella is able to overgrow in your gut, most likely in the small intestine. And quickly, this is exactly where I think everyone should be putting all of their attention if they're trying to get rid of these diseases. Your immune system then correctly starts to produce antibodies and T cells to kill the Klebsiella and stop it from growing further. Now, the big problem comes here. So Klebsiella proteins closely resemble parts of your own body, especially collagens 1, 3, and 4, which are found in your spine, sacroiliac joints, your intestinal lining. Sound familiar? And also in the HLA-B27 gene. So what happens now? Those immune cells that have been released to try and deal with the Klebsiella bacteria are instead mistakenly attacking your own spine and sacroiliac joints, your gut lining, and also attaching to the HLA-B27 molecule. Why this is a problem with the HLA-B27 gene is because when it's triggered, it acts as an immune signaler. When it keeps getting triggered mistakenly, it continues to activate T cells and keeps the inflammation going, and this can explain why flares last weeks or months. This constant inflammation attack is exactly what we see in AS and in Crohn's. And if the Klebsiella is never dealt with, will the disease ever stop? So how do we actually deal with this problem then? So the first thing is, Klebsiella loves starch. So you want to reduce the starch intake in your diet. Now, I don't think this needs to be zero starch, but definitely reducing the amount by quite a bit, specifically by looking at these foods here. Although Klebsiella is one of the most antibiotic-resistant bacteria that exists, there are still a few compounds that have been shown to have some effectiveness against it. Now, I've used a lot of things to try and deal with this problem, and one of them is Mutterflor or E. coli strain Nissl. It's been shown in vitro to be able to inhibit 100% of Klebsiella isolates. And just in my own personal experience from taking it, I've definitely seen a fair few die-off reactions, indicating that it probably is working. And the other thing you have to do as well is you have to look at your own natural defenses and perhaps consider that they might have taken a big hit, which will explain why the Klebsiella has overgrown in the first place. The Paneth cell function being crucial here, we want these to be working properly to actually help us deal with any bacterial issues. If this all sounds a bit much and you don't know where to start, I've written out a blueprint that works for AS and Crohn's. You can find this in the link in my bio. And you can also work with me one-to-one. Click the same link, scroll down, and you'll see my transformational health program. I work with people one-to-one to fix these exact issues and to implement all of these strategies that have been shown to help.